Good morning, class. Now, today we'll take the another topic of chapter devotional paths to the divine. This topic is the new kind of bhakti in South India, Nayanars and Alvars. Now, these were the two terms to which people used to follow. Nayanars, they were the followers of Shiva, Alvars, they were the followers of Vishnu. This we have to learn. So, the 7th to 9th century saw the emergence of the new religious movement led by Nayanars. Nayanars, as I told you, they were the devotee to Lord Shiva, and Alvars, they were the devotee to Lord Vishnu, who came from all the castes, including those considered as touchables. Now remember, जितना हम लोग अब पढ़ते हैं कि मतलब जो भक्त हैं ब्राह्मण है वो क्या है, तो ये जो लोग थे ये कहाँ से निकल के आए, अनटचेबल से निकले, लाइक द पुलायार एंड पनारास, and they were sharply critical of the Buddhist and Jainism and preached ardent love of Shiva and Vishnu as the path of salvation. Salvation मुक्ति, मतलब मुक्ति का मार्ग क्या है, इनकी आप पूजा करेंगे तो आपको मुक्ति मिल जाएगी। वो बुद्धा के और जैनिज्म के अगेंस्ट में थे। So they drew upon the ideals of love and heroism as found in the Sangam literature, and early the example of Tamil literature, composed during the early century and the common era, and blend with them the values of bhaktis. And Nayanars and Alvars went from place to place composing executes poem and praise in the deities of composing enshrined in the village, and they visited set them of music. मतलब फिर इनके ही याद में या इनको ही आगे बढ़ाने के लिए ये लोग क्या करते थे, मतलब म्यूज़िक के साथ इनकी पोएम कंपोज करी हुई गाते थे। तो नैनार्स एंड अल्वर्स क्या है, इनके नंबर्स कितने हुए, देयर वर 63 नैनार्स who belong to the different caste backgrounds as the porters, untouchable workers, peasants, hunters, soldiers, brahmins, etc. Best known among them, they were Epar or the Sambandar and Surandarar and Manikesh Sagar. And these there are the two sets of compilation of the songs, that is Tevaram and uh, Tiruvakkam, and the 12 was Alvars, and who came to be equally divergent backgrounds, and the best known being the Yalar, and the daughter of the Andal, and the Tondarandi Podi, Alvar and Nambalar. Their songs were compiled in the Divya Prabandham. ठीक है, ये आपको याद करना पड़ेगा। So we have seen till here who were the Nayanars and Alvars, the number of Nayanars and Alvars. Now, between the 10th and the 12th century, the Chola and Pandya's king built elaborate temples around many of these shrines visited by the saint poets, strengthening the link between the Bhakti tradition and the temple worship. This was also the time when their poems were compiled besides the hagiographies. हेजियोग्राफीज बोलते हैं किसी भी सेंट के ऊपर लिखी गई कोई भी बायोग्राफी है, और द रिलीजियस बायोग्राफीज ऑफ अलवर एंड नयनार्स वर also composed. These were called the hagiographies. And today we use that these text sources writing histories to the भक्ति religion tradition. तो आज यही टेक्स्ट जो है बहुत बेनिफिशियल प्रूव होता है when we wrote all these bhakti tradition. So the Bhakti and the Lord, this short poem is given here. The composition of Manikavasagar, that is, into my veil body of flesh you came, and though it were temple of gold, and soothed me wholly and saved me, O Lord, grace of gem, most pure sorrow and birth and death and illusion, you took from me and set me free. O blessed light, I have taken the refuge in you, and never can I be the part from you. So this is the beautiful example of devotee and the Lord, मतलब एक भक्त और भगवान के बीच की ये conversation है. Now here we move to the another paragraph, that is philosophy and bhakti. Philosophy and bhakti, तो इसमें बहुत सारे references history में हमें देखने को मिले हैं. Many saints who were very famous and they have done lots of things as a contributory, like Shankara, one of the most influential philosopher of India, who born in Kerala in 8th century. He was advocated to the Advait. Advait का मतलब उनके जैसा कोई नहीं था. Doctrine of the oneness, जिन्होंने कि भगवान के लिए भगवान को एक ही कहा है, ऑफ द इंडिविजुअल सोल एंड सुप्रीम गॉड, विच ऑफ द अल्टीमेट रियलिटी, एंड ही थॉट दैट ब्राह्मण द ओनली अल्टीमेट रियलिटी. ब्राह्मण मतलब यहाँ पर आपको लास्ट ईयर वाला याद करना पड़ेगा, सोल एंड यूनिवर्सल सोल, कि ब्राह्मण जो है वो एक अपने आप में, ब्रह्मांड मतलब ब्राह्मण या ब्राह्मण नहीं, ब्रह्मांड से मतलब है, यानी जो एक अल्टीमेट रियलिटी है. एंड दिस वाज फॉर्मलेस, और वो अनंत है, उसका कोई शेप नहीं है, विदाउट एनी एट्रीब्यूट्स, एंड द कंसीडर दैट द वर्ल्ड अराउंड अस हैव बीन इल्यूजन और माया. यहाँ पर मैं टेक यू आपको एक रिमाइंडर दूंगी. लास्ट ईयर आई शोन द वीडियो टू द क्लास कि आपने सोल और यूनिवर्सल सोल का एक हमने वीडियो भी देखा था. माया यहाँ पर क्या है, प्रकृति, दैट इज इल्यूजन, एंड ही प्रीच द रिनंशिएशन ऑफ द वर्ड, adoption of the path of the knowledge, and understand the true nature of Brahman and attain salvation. तो ब्रह्मांड मतलब हम ब्रह्मांड का जो है हम एक पार्ट है, और हमें नॉलेज अगर हमें अडॉप्ट करनी है तो वो क्या है, वही है हमारी ट्रू नेचर, जो कि हमें साल्वेशन, मुक्ति का मार्ग है. मतलब ज्ञान क्या है, ज्ञान ही मुक्ति का मार्ग है. नॉलेज का मतलब यहाँ ज्ञान से है. सो रामानुज, बोर्न इन तमिलनाडु इन 11th century, was deeply influenced by Alvars, and according to him the best means of attaining the salvation was through intense devotion of Vishnu. And Vishnu, in his grace, helps the devotee to attain the bliss of union with him. And he pronounced the doctrine of uh, that is Vishwadvaita, or the qualified oneness in the soul, even when united with the Supreme God, remained distinct. Ramanuj doctrine greatly inspired the new strand of bhakti which developed in the नॉर्थ इंडिया सब्सिक्वेंटली. तो इस तरह के नोशंस जो थे वो नॉर्थ इंडिया में डेवलप्ड हुए. तो यहाँ हमने दो रेफरेंस लिए, शंकरा का और रामानुज का, who both told about differently, that is one is Shiva, another is Vishnu. ठीक है, रामानुज ने विष्णु के बारे में बताया और शंकरा ने शिवा के बारे में बताया. तो I stop this video here. Thank you. Have a nice day.